They try to treat us real dummy-like. Fake news got the whole country like. How we letting politicians lie to us? While we letting corporations program us? How we eating food that can cause cancer? I'ma keep asking till I get some answers. I'm prepared for war, y'all can keep dancing. But if you feel the same, this should be your anthem. 40 acres in a mule, yeah, we need that. Reparations for the people, yeah, we need that. Financial education, yeah, we need that. Resources for the babies, yeah, we need that. They gotta pay us what they owe us. And I could give a fuck about the POTUS. You want my vote, then I gotta know your motive. And I'll be damned if you play with my emotions. Hustle hard, money stack. Uncle Sam want his tax, but I think he smoked crack, cause he never paid me back. But he built this off my back. I'm the reason he intact. 40 acres in a mule. Tell me what happened to that.
I understand that reparations are an absolute necessity. We're gonna get buried alive. We do not have enough to be able to compete in this society.
Black, labor, white, wealth, integration never helped. Jim Crow kept us held. Black people set up the fail. $100,000 checks, yeah, we need that. Black business only grants, yeah, we need that. Therapy from all this trauma, yeah, we need that. Justice system reform, yeah, we need that. They said we revolutionary, yeah, I be that. Fred Hampton told me that, I repeat that. The whole world waking up to the secrets. We the lost children of Egypt. 40 acres in a mule, yeah, we need that. Reparations for the people, yeah, we need that. Financial education, yeah, we need that. Resources for the babies, yeah, we need that. They gotta pay us what they owe us. And I could give a fuck about the POTUS. You want my vote, then I gotta know your motive. And I'll be damned if you play with my emotions. Yo, like how they gonna say it ain't racism when the actions all point towards racism. They use science to reinforce racism. Johann Blumenbach taught the world racism. The presidents believe, governors agree. For them to build wealth, we had to work for free. How you see another man as your property? A sin like that can't be easily forgotten. We tended your crops while in bondage. Our stock was the key to your wealth. Y'all gon' pay us for that. Red line on map, y'all gon' pay us for that. Burn down our cities, y'all gon' pay us for that. Medical apartheid, school to prison pipeline. Arrest our fathers and sharecrop my grandma. The list goes on, these are war crimes. So yo, cut that check, it be about time. 40 acres in a mule, yeah, we need that. Reparations for the people, yeah, we need that. Financial education, yeah, we need that. Resources for the babies, yeah, we need that. They gotta pay us what they owe us. And I could give a fuck about the POTUS. You want my vote, then I gotta know your motive. And I'll be damned if you play with my emotions. And for all the people acting like we begging or we just looking for a handout, I want y'all to remember this. 400 years of the most terroristic, horrific, sadistic treatment of a people on planet Earth. Human trafficking, rape, mutilization, hangings, whippings, maimings, and most importantly, forced labor that led to the growth and expansion of this country and corporation we call the United States of America. Never has there been justice and repair for these crimes against humanity and generational traumas. The Jewish, the Japanese, LGBTQ, Ukrainians, Afghanis, Dakas, Asians, and many other groups of people have received money and resources from the federal government for crimes against them. We need our justice too. Who else deserves it more? Who else needs it more? We found money during the pandemic, and we always seem to bail out the big corporations. It's time for y'all to pay us what you owe us. Cut the check. Cut the check.
The 5 pillars of reparations according to international law. 1, compensation. Repeat after me. Compensation. 2, restitution. 3, rehabilitation. 4, satisfaction. And 5, guarantee of non-repetition. Clap it up for yourselves.
Peace and love to everyone under the sound of my voice. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday, family. It's Wednesday, so the week is almost out, right? So I know you all are looking forward to the weekend. I know I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm always looking forward to the weekend, but I'm always working. I'm always working. But anyway, peace and blessings to everyone under the sound of my voice. Thumb up the video, family, as you come in. You know the way the YouTube algorithm works. The more you engage it, right? The more you engage with a video, the more it circulates on folks' feed, right? So make sure that you thumb up the video, family. Also, make sure that you share this video. I'm going to be dropping a lot of information today. I'm going to be talking about, are we ready for the AI takeover? AI, okay, acronym for artificial intelligence. AI is taking over. And the question becomes, are we ready? And I mean, we as a society, we could say that. But when I say we, I'm talking about Black people in particular. Ashe, are we, is the Black community ready for the AI takeover? And I see my man Hotspot Casino. He said, I'll be the first to answer no. And I would put an H in front of that. I would say, hell no, that we're not ready. Okay. And one of the reasons why we aren't ready, family, I gotta be real with you. And then hold up, let me shout out some folks in the building. I see Sister Juju's in the building. Black African power to you, Sister Juju, the #1 moderator on YouTube. Peace and blessings to you. I see my E5 twins are in the building. A BB5 Hodier to you. I see they said a BB5 Hodier, race first, African family. Shout out to Okunini. My aunt, peace and love to you. Peace and love to you, my E5 twins. All right. I see Brother Calvin is in the building. He said the same thing. He said, no, we ain't ready. Sister Tamika, peace and love to you, beloved. She's in the building. She said, no, we ain't ready. We're not ready, family. And this is no dig. I'm talking to you. You're my family. All right. And so this is no shot at Black people, but we have not prepared. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that the Honorable Marcus Garvey said almost 100 years ago. He said that he called us a scientifically weaker race. And there was a guy on YouTube. I think it was on IG. It may have been YouTube, but I want to say it was IG. He challenged me on that, and I looked for the speech and I sent it to him. Marcus Garvey said over 100 years ago that we should be cultivating a race of thinkers and scientists. He said then that we are a scientifically weaker race and that an area of focus should be science. And Black folks didn't listen, just like we never listen. We never listen to those prophets, you know, as Dr. Khalid Muhammad would say, those divine prophets, or those prophets that come in the divine line, something along those lines, the way he articulated, but we never listen to them. They tell us stuff, but we never, ever listen to them. All right. And so you had people pushing STEM, pushing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And Black folks didn't do it. You know what you did? You know what you did? A lot of you encouraged your child, Shaquisha and little Ray Ray, oh, you go to college and you just major in whatever you want to major in. And you know what children do? Children operate like current. They take the path of least resistance. So a lot of our children went to school, and I know this may hurt. I know this may hurt, family. A lot of our children went to school and majored in business. And you and the whole family, you all were sitting at the college graduation happy because your child had a business degree, or because your child majored in liberal arts or humanities or health. And you were sitting there just happy that Shaquisha and little Ray Ray made it to college. And I get it. I get it. I get it. You know, I get it. But back then, family, I don't know about business. Let me tell you what my mother did when I graduated from Woodlawn High School. True story. And she may be watching. True story. I told my mother I wanted to major in history. So for those who know me, know that I'm a history buff. I love to study history. I love to study African history and African culture. And so I intended on going to college and majoring in history. And I wanted to be a history teacher. My mother, give thanks, went and got a magazine. She came home. She said, Deanna, I'm giving you my name. These are the top 10 paying majors. At that particular time, computer engineering was at the top. And I said, well, Mom, I can probably do computer engineering. I said, because I'm good in math and I'm good with science, and engineering is the application of math and science, isn't it? And she said, yeah. She said, history teachers don't make any money, baby. This is where you need to go. And I give thanks that I had a mother that did that. Where is the economy going? How can you generate income? So she didn't go. It wasn't like she was knocking my passion, you know what I'm saying? But she said, baby, a history teacher is not going to make you any money. So she did her research and she saw where the economy was hitting. The economy was hitting, it was hitting to a STEM-based economy. So I give thanks that I had a mother that said, no, I understand that you want to do history. I get it. But what I want you to do, baby, is look at this. I want you to look at this. And she pushed me in the direction of STEM. And that's what we should be doing with our children. You sitting there letting your child go to school. I know you're going to get mad. I know my psychology majors and my business majors right now and my health majors are going to get upset. I want you all to Google real quick. Sister Juju, I see you in the building. Sister Tamika, I see you in the building. Some of my moderators, I see you in the building. Drop a link for the people in the chat. Google the top 10 worthless degrees. They have articles now that are out talking about the top 10 worthless degrees. Did you know that law is one of the fastest growing worthless degrees? And you all might say, wait a minute. And here you go. You telling me, well, my son, Dr. Maat, is majoring in criminal justice and political science major. And my son or my daughter, Google worthless degrees, the top 10 worthless degrees. All right. The top 10 worthless degrees. Google it. Google it. And Sister Juju, put that quote in the chat for me. You said, Dr. Maat, share that quote with with Bobby Banger. Okay, I will. I definitely will, Sister Juju. And see, so Sister Juju put a link in there. Look at those. A lot of these degrees that we are pushing our children, encouraging our children to get in the next 5 years, they won't be worth anything. And so here it is. You paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to push your child through an institution, right? And whether it's HBCU or PWI, and then you're not going to get a return on that $200,000 or that $100,000 because in the next 5 years, the degree that your child is getting is going to be worthless. You want to know why? Because AI is taking over, family. Artificial intelligence. I want you to heed my words as sure as my name is Dr. Maat. Heed my words, family. AI is taking over. One day when you go to court, it's not going to be a judge sitting in that chair. It's going to be an AI. It's going to be an AI algorithm that's going to determine your fate. I hope that you hear me, family. It's going to be an AI algorithm that is going to determine your fate when you go to court. And who's training those algorithms, huh? What training data are these algorithms utilizing? Does that training data have bias in it? Come on, family. Come on, family. That's what's going to happen. AI will be making a lot of decisions. AI is going to determine whether or not you get a loan for your car. AI is going to be determining whether or not you get approved for a mortgage. They're doing it right now. And you have your children majoring in health. Not in STEM, in health, in law, in psychology, in business, in political science majors. When literally we're moving into a STEM-based economy. If Black people don't get in STEM, and people have been saying this, family, people have been saying this for the past 20 years, we're going to be locked out of the economy. We're going to be locked out of the economy. A lot of brothers and sisters are feeling it right now because a lot of what they used to do first, it was degrees. So do you remember back in the day, you could get a nice job with a high school diploma, right? You could get a good job with a high school diploma. Now, to get a good paying job, they're like, hey, like it's like a bachelor's degree. A bachelor's degree is like a high school diploma was back in the day. Now we're moving into what kind of bachelor's degree? And if it's a STEM degree, you're going to be okay. If it's a non-STEM degree, God help you. If it's a non-STEM degree, we're going to be locked out. Black people are only 5%. I think 5% of engineers and scientists right now. I want to say that again. Black people comprise 5% of Black engineers and scientists right now. The vast majority of us are majoring in business and law and health. Those children that you're telling them, just go to school, get a degree, it doesn't matter. They are going to be locked out of the economy in the next 5 years. Because guess what's getting ready to happen, family? And this is what I was sharing with my students earlier today. You know how right now, a lot of children, a lot of the youth, they're making money doing things like they're Ubering. One day it won't be a person sitting in the Uber or the Lyft when it comes to pick you up. It's going to be autonomous driving vehicle that's going to pick you up and take you to your destination. And Amazon, they're laying off thousands of people right now because they have robots that are stocking the shelves. They have robots that are stocking the shelves. Walmart announced that by 2026, their stores will be automated. Sister Juju, please drop that link in the chat. Walmart, drop that link in the chat, Sister Juju. Walmart by 2026 said all of their stores will be automated. So I told my students, all of these odd jobs that you have right now, driving Lyft, driving for Uber, stocking at Amazon and making $20 an hour, those jobs will be gone in the next 5 years. It'll be robots. This even delivering pizza. It'll be an autonomous vehicle delivering the pizza to you. That's where we're headed. So even being pizza delivery boys and pizza delivery girls, that's where we're going. That's where the economy is going. So if we're not in STEM, we will be locked out. We will be locked out. And so it brings me, I'm thinking about Dr. Claude Anderson right now. Do you all remember in his book, Powernomics, he said that if we don't get our stuff together by 2005, he said that Black people will become a permanent underclass. Anybody remember that? Put a check in the chat. If you remember in Powernomics, I believe that Dr. Claude Anderson published Powernomics in 2000 or 2001. In that book, Dr. Claude Anderson said that if we didn't start making some major changes within our race, we will become a permanent underclass here in America. And I'm telling you, family, it's coming. It's coming. We're going to be locked out of the economy. And you see what's happening with inflation. Things just keep going up and up and up. Right now, you have countries that are trying to conspire. They're actually conspiring right now to decrease the value of the U.S. dollar. How do you think that's going to impact Black people living in America? Huh? How do you think that is going to impact Black people living in America if they are working to decrease? This is what they're doing. They're working to decrease the value of the U.S. dollar. What do you think in turn is going to happen in the U.S.? You think inflation is crazy now. Wait until that happens. Wait until that happens, family. And so anyway, let me show you some examples. Let's get to some examples. I want to read some stuff to you. Look at this. Are we ready for the AI takeover? Let's look at this. Let's read this article together, family. Let me get out my Blu-ray glasses to protect my eyes. I won't read the whole article. Family, right now, thumb up the video. Thumb up the video, family. Thumb up the video. Share the video. Let's get this information out there to the people. People want to be online arguing about superficial bull crap. And right now, we're in a shoot. You thought the pandemic was something. Wait until this AI. Wait until AI is taking over. You think people were locked out of the market then and didn't have money then? Let me read this. Google CEO Sundar Pichai warns society to brace for impact of AI acceleration, says it's not for a company to decide. Let me drop this link in the chat. Let me drop this link in the chat, family, so you can read along with me. Thumb up the video as you come in, family. We're talking about, are we ready? And are Black people ready for the AI takeover? So it says Google CEO Sundar Pichai warns society to embrace for impact of AI acceleration, says it's not for a company to decide. All right. This was published April the 17th, 2023. And these were the key points, the key points in the article. It says in an interview with CBS 60 Minutes that aired on Sunday, Google CEO Sundar Pichai hinted that society isn't prepared for the rapid advancements of AI. If society isn't prepared, and Black people are a microcosm of society, by default, Black people aren't prepared. Check. So it says Pichai said laws that guardrail AI advancement are not for a company to decide. Warning of consequences, he said, AI will will impact every product of every company. I repeat, AI is getting ready to impact every product of every company. His assessment is 100% accurate. All right, so it says Google and Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai said every product of every company will be impacted by the quick development of AI, warning that society needs to prepare for technologies like the ones it's already launched. In an interview with CBS 60 Minutes, aired on Sunday, that struck a concerned tone. Interviewer Scott Polly tried several of Google artificial intelligence projects and said he was speechless and felt it was unsettling, referring to the human-like capabilities of products like Google's chat box Bard. Here we go. Hold on. So it says right here, we need to adapt as a society for it, Pichai said to Pelly, adding that jobs that will be disrupted by AI would include knowledge workers, include writers, accountants, architects, and ironically, even software engineers. Wait a minute, family. Even software engineers. Because think about it, AI could do the programming for you. All you got to do is tell AI to do the program. Write a Python program that does this, that accepts these inputs and produce these outputs. AI can write in Python and Java and C and C++. Huh. So it says this is going to impact every product across every company. Pichai said, for example, you could be a radiologist. If you think about 5 to 10 years from now, you're going to have an AI collaborator with you. You might have an AI collaborator with you. It says you come in the morning, let's say you have 100 things to go through. It may say these are the most serious cases you need to look at first. Isn't that something? Hold on, guys. Let me take a sip of water. So it says, as a radiology, look at this, as a radiologist, I'm sorry. It says, if you're thinking about 5 to 10 years from now, you're going to have an AI collaborator with you telling you what's important and what's not, what to look at first and what to look at last. It says, Pelly viewed other areas with advanced AI products within Google, including DeepMind, where robots were playing soccer, which they learned themselves, and opposed to from humans. Another unit showed robots that recognize items on a countertop and fetch Pelly an apple he asked for. So machines will be in service jobs, all those little service jobs that you think you have now. All of these things, these service jobs that you have now, waiters and people waiting on you, soon there's going to be a robot that's going to come over and you punch in your order. And the robot is going to bring you your order, bring you your dinner, bring you your lunch, bring you your sandwich. So these cashier jobs that our children have and some of our adults and elders have will be null and void. Robots will be doing this. This will all be AI. So it says right here, when warning of AI's consequences, Pichai said that the scale of the problem of disinformation and fake news and images will be much bigger. Think about it. And I want to stop on this point. I want to stop on this point because you heard what he just said. I want to stop on this point. When warning of AI's consequences, Pachai said that the scale of the problem of disinformation and fake news in images will be much bigger, adding it could cause harm. Think about it. AI can generate pictures of people, voices, spread things, function as bots. So if you think right now misinformation and disinformation on the internet or bots or trolls are an issue, wait until people are using AI to do these things. All right. Matter of fact, let me get out of here. I would like to bring up something else. Bring up something else regarding AI, family. So do you all remember this? Do you remember this? That there was a Kendrick Lamar song, a fake song. AI had imitated his voice. So it says fake Kendrick Lamar song makes young guru scared. And you know, young guru was the engineer for Jay-Z. Okay. And it says about AI's voice technology. So AI can mimic your voice, family. So you know how sometimes on these cell phones we get, you know how sometimes the phone will ring and you pick up and you say hello, hello, and nobody's there. This is just what I believe, family. I haven't proven this yet, but this is just something that I believe, family. Somebody's recording your voice. Like right now, me just doing these videos on IG and posting right on the internet. AI can steal our photos and somebody could come online and impersonate me, right? Taking your voice and impersonating you. So you're getting these calls and now AI has your voice. Hello, hello. And AI, and someone can take your voice and now they're calling the bank regarding your bank account. Come on, family. We got to think. So that's why when they call, I don't know if you all have this programmed on your phone. So when those numbers call, on my telephone, it comes up scam. So I just ignore it, right? I don't pick up because what I don't want to happen is someone is now recording my voice and using my voice. You understand? You understand? Using my voice to mimic me. And then next, you know, they're calling the bank and doing business on my behalf. And it sounds like me on the telephone. You talking about identity theft that's getting ready to skyrocket, family? Mine says scam. Mine says scam, Juju. SCAM, not spam. Mine says scam. But you said it says scam or spam. So some people must say spam. The phone say spam. Mine says scam on it. But yeah, absolutely. So let's look at this, family. Let's look at this together. So you're talking about artists right now. A lot of people in the music industry are concerned because AI can mimic voices. And so what is that going to do? There was a song that went viral of Drake. I want to say it was Drake in The Weeknd. And somebody made a cool song that sounds like Drake in The Weeknd. And I heard made a whole bunch of money and got a whole bunch of money in views. But it wasn't them. So let's look at this, family. It says fake Kendrick Lamar song makes guru scared about AI voice technology. AI can mimic your voice. All right, so this was published this year in February. In the February, Young Guru has raised concerns over artificial intelligence technology after fake Kendrick Lamar song surfaced online. The legendary engineer shared a video on Instagram on Saturday, February the 25th, that showed a man creating a song from scratch using Kendrick Lamar's voice filter. The man briefly displayed how the filter changed his voice to sound like K. Dot and proceeded to record an actual song that sounded like something the rapper would make. Come on, y'all. It says, according to Guru, AI voice technology poses a whole host of problems, especially if it gets into the wrong hands. In his caption, the Rockefeller affiliate urged the powers that be to act fast and implement laws that will protect people from the possible dangers of such technology. He says, this has dominated my Howard group chat for a couple of days. Okay, I'm at a point where I can voice my concerns with our current state of AI, Young Guru began. I have followed as many versions of what AI could do for some years now. He said, I remember being at MIT and students showing me a project where they were actively feeding a computer all the jazz records that ever existed so AI could analyze and create music in any style of any musician. He continued, look at this, family. I didn't think we would get here this fast with the voice. Of course, my mind goes to the ethical and legal aspects of what can be done with programs like Tacotron 2. You add that to the power of chat GPT, and you realize we are in a very groundbreaking but dangerous moment. It's not the tech, it's the evil that men do with the tech. Oh my gosh, family. It's not the tech, it's the evil. It says Google went on to explain that currently people can't copyright a voice, which creates a dilemma with voice altering technology, as anyone can sound like someone else and effectively put words in their mouth. Come on, man. Let me drop this link in the chat. Let me drop this link in the chat. Let me drop this link in the chat. Family, thumb up the video. Thumb up the video. We're talking about AI right now. We're talking about, are we ready for the AI takeover? Are we ready? And I'm saying we're not. I don't believe we are. So look at this. Look at this. AI song featuring fake Drake and Weekend vocals pulled from streaming services. The song called Heart on My Sleeve, has been removed from TikTok, Spotify, and YouTube for infringing content created with generative AI. Hold on, y'all. Look at this. A song featuring AI generated vocals purported to be Drake and The Weeknd has been pulled from streaming services by Universal Music Group after going viral over the weekend. The label condemned the song called Heart on My Sleeve for infringing content created with generative AI. The track was originally posted on TikTok by a user, Ghostwriter977, and shared on streaming services under the artist name Ghostwriter. By the time it was removed yesterday afternoon, it says US time, April the 17th, it had racked up 600,000 Spotify streams, 15 million TikTok views, and 275,000 YouTube views. UMG told Billboard magazine that the viral posting demonstrate why platforms have fundamental legal and ethical responsibility to prevent the use of their services in ways that harm artists. Family. I'm getting ready to drop a link in the chat. You all can read this. You all can read this article. So are we ready, guys? Are we ready, family? Are we ready for AI? And I got one more thing I want to show you. Are we ready? And I've been pushing my students in cybersecurity and AI. And for those who don't know, that falls under the umbrella of electrical and computer engineering. So unlike some, I hope you all are on the fool's train where you believe that electrical engineers only turn on lights. So I hope that you all aren't on that fool's train, okay? Cybersecurity and artificial intelligence falls under the umbrella of electrical and computer engineering. And so all of my students, when they come to me and they say, Doc, I need a concentration, because at Morgan, when the students get to their junior year, they have to pick a concentration. And I've been pushing my students into AI and cybersecurity. AI and cybersecurity, and not only for income purposes, right? Not just for income and the economy and stuff like that, but also because as Black people, we have to be able to produce this technology ourselves. So I understand a lot of the push for African history and culture. You all got mad. You all got mad when Dr. Wesley Muhammad, years ago, he was on the Breakfast Club. And I forgot the way they framed the question, but Charlemagne the God and Angela Lee Yee and DJ Envy, they asked Dr. Wesley Muhammad about Africana studies, right? And he was just like, he didn't bang on Africana studies, but what he did say was, we need to be pushing our children to get more practical degrees. the pro-black and African-centered community, you all went up in flames. What is he talking about? Dr. Wesley Muhammad, what is he saying? And I actually got on stage at the Sign at the TV Awards, and I defended what Dr. Wesley Muhammad said. I said he is absolutely correct. I said we need to be getting our children involved in STEM. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it, Sister Juju. You're talking about somebody talking about this stuff 8 years ago. Hold on. Sinetta TV Awards. Here it goes. And I don't know. Okay, here it is. Somebody said live at Sinetta's. Hold on. Hold on. I'm looking for it right now, family. I'm finding the part where I think I'm right after when Infodigi received his. Here it is. So this was when Brother Ankh, I'm going to bring it up, family. This was the STEM Award, and you're going to hear exactly what I said. Here we go. Here we go, family. You got to listen carefully because the audio isn't that good.
Nominees are cool as long as it's not the ultimate winner. Come on, Brother Ankh. Tell us what's up.
Gotta do this quick. Y'all know about man, STEM. Man, y'all just gotta know how spiritual STEM is. Y'all gotta understand. It's the foundation of what we are, how we raise the greatness. All right, we gotta get back to that. So let me read the nominee. Dr. Maat. Ingenuity. Brother Sinclair. What is Dr. Maat?
A BB Fahode. On the Ross squad up. Ashe. Now, this is what Black power looks like. Black people coming together to acknowledge, reward, and celebrate ourselves. Black power. Black power. Black power. We came together today, we united, we pulled our resources together, and we got it in. I would like to first and foremost give honor and praise to the ancestors. For we are our ancestors and we stand on their shoulders. I would like to thank my creators, my father and my mother. My father's here with me today, Delano Bailey. Hey, Daddy. Thank you. I'd like to thank my mother who is here in spirit. I would like to also thank my village and everyone who has contributed to my personality, my knowledge, my abilities, my skills, and my talents. I would like to send a special thanks. Where you at, Brother Uncle Cat? Come here. Come here, Brother Uncle Cat. I would like to thank this man right here for teaching me how to study STEM using an African-centered approach. Thank you so much, Brother Uncle K. Thank you so much. And a special shout out to Brother Sinetta for creating and maintaining a platform that has elevated the consciousness of many of our people. Thank you so much, Brother Sinetta. We appreciate all that you do. Lastly, I would like to encourage you, family, to get your children involved in STEM, okay? Because not enough of us are involved in STEM, all right? And you cannot nation build without engineers, mathematicians, architects, and scientists. And this is what Brother Dr. Wesley Muhammad was trying to convey to the community. So if you want a nation build, we have to get our children involved in STEM. Lastly.
And then I start going into the public food system. I said, lastly, I said, stop allowing the public food system to educate our children. So I've been pushing this stuff. This is Dr. Maat. I'm not just jumping out the box. I've been pushing STEM for over a decade. Okay. And so this isn't new. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And so when I tell you, family, that's what Dr. Wesley Muhammad was trying to tell you all years ago. And he got attacked. No, we need our culture. We need our, we're not saying not to learn about African history and culture. But what we are saying is that when you're talking about nation building and fortifying yourself, you better have some scientists around you. You better have some mathematicians and some engineers and some producers of technology around you. I'm going to tell you like this, family, and you can take this sound bite and send it to whoever you want to send it to. If you're not talking about STEM, you're not talking about nation building. We can't nation build without STEM. So any conversation dealing with nation building and protecting ourselves must involve STEM. And if we're not talking about STEM, then you can forget it. You're not building a nation. You can't build a nation just with history. You can't build a nation just with culture. You can't build a nation just with mental health. You better get some folks that are involved in STEM. Look at this, family. I want to show you all this. And then I'm going to open up the panel and allow you all to come on in. Look at this. Hold on. Stocks are dropping, and you all can read these articles at your leisure. All you got to do is do a quick Google search. Do a quick Google search. Type in stocks drop because of AI. Look at this. Google parent stock drops on fears it could lose search, right? This is because of AI. Look at this. Alphabet shares dive after Google AI chatbot Bard flubs. Hold on. Google shares drop 100 billion after its new AI chatbot. Look at this, family. This is real. Look at The Guardian. Pearson shares fall after U.S. digital learning rival says that AI, it's talking about AI. Look at this. Hold on. Let me click this one. I want to click this one. Get this out of here. Pearson shares fall at the U.S. digital learning rival says AI is hurting its business. Because think about this, family. This is what I was telling my students. I said, do you all know that we're getting ready to move into an educational space, right, where a child could get online and say, tell AI, write a one-page paper. Write a one-page paper about Dr. Martin Luther King and include key terms: Coretta Scott, civil rights movement, Rosa Parks, assassination. And AI, within a few seconds, will spit out a whole one-page paper. And this is what I told my students. I said, right now, you all are writing lab reports, and you're actually writing these lab reports. I said, by the time you have children, it won't be no such thing as write a book report, right? I said, so you would have to implement those strategies in your home, right? You would have to still sit down and force your children to write, because after a while, AI can do it for you. So if you all think that the society has been dumbed down now, wait until you see the children 20 years from now. They won't even be able to spell their names. AI will be spelling their names. They won't be writing. AI could do the writing for you. AI, I need you to rephase this. AI, I need you to write a paper. AI, I need you to write a paper. Matter of fact, look, I had a conversation with Bobby Imhotep. Bobby Imhotep has a series of books on urban philosophy. He said he got a call from someone that basically AI did a whole write-up about him in the algorithm on his urban philosophy. That's where we're headed. And so I told my students, when you all have children, I said, when you all have children, make sure that when you're in the household, that you still have your children reading books and doing book reports. Because what you don't want to happen is that your child gets so dependent on technology that when he is told or asked to write his name, or when she is told to write a name, or when he or she are told to write a report, they can't even write a paragraph. if technology fails them. So you want to make sure your child is prepared and don't allow this system to dumb your child down. That's what's happening right now, family. That's the world we're living in. I'm going to read this last article, and I'm not going to read it, the entire article. Look at this. Look at this, family. A new study finds a potential risk with self-driving cars. Failure to detect dark-skinned pedestrians. So it says the findings speak to a bigger problem in the development of automated systems, algorithmic bias. Do you all understand? Do you all understand that this is real? Algorithmic bias is real. So your child is going to school for a business degree, but the business degree, or I'm sorry, a psychology degree, or a worthless law degree, or health degree, or humanities, or gym, or liberal arts. Do you understand, family, that if we aren't developing these algorithms, that bias will be injected? Somebody better watch Coded Bias on Netflix. Someone better watch the documentary Coded Bias on Netflix. So if we aren't the ones who are doing the programming, you know what AI is going to do? AI is going to maintain racism and white supremacy. Oh my gosh, did Dr. Maat just say that? If Black people aren't involved in creating the algorithms that are going to be making decisions and choices that are going to impact our lives, if you still have 65% of white men as engineers and scientists, and these white men, whether consciously and unconsciously, are creating the algorithms, they're going to be infusing it with bias unconsciously and consciously. So how is that going to impact the lives of Black people? It's going to maintain racism and white supremacy because we're not in those fields. You keep sending your child to get a degree in psychology and telling your child that it's okay. It's not okay. Let's look at this, family. Let's look at this, family. Thumb up the video. Some of you all came in. Thumb up the video, family. Share this video, family. Share this video. Share this video. Brother Onk just hit me up. I'm going to send him the link. Share this video, family. Let's get the views up. Let's get the views up. All right, let's get these views up. A new study finds a potential risk with self-driving cars, failure to detect dark-skinned pedestrians. Now, when you listen to them, there was some people, I don't know if they was at MIT or where they were. They may have been, they may have been at MIT. And this is what they came up with. And you have some people who are giving them pushback for this new study because they're saying things like, oh, there was an issue with the training data, right? And so people are giving them, the ones who performed this new study, they're giving them pushback. They're giving them pushback on this new study because they're saying that, the training data might have been flawed. Okay. They're saying the training data might have been flawed. All right. But nonetheless, it says a new study finds a potential risk with self-driving cars, failure to detect dark-skinned pedestrians. The findings speak to a bigger problem in the development of automated systems of algorithmic bias. All right. So it says right here, the list of concerns about self-driving cars just got longer. In addition to worrying about how safe they are, how they handle tricky moral trade-offs on the road, and how they might make traffic worse, we also need to worry about how they could impact or harm people of color. It says if you're a person with dark skin, you may be more likely than your white friends to get hit by a self-driving car, according to a new study out of Georgia Institute of Technology. So Georgia Tech, my bad, I say MIT. It says that's because automated vehicles may be better at detecting pedestrians with lighter skin tones. All right. And so that's what the study was about. But they did, like I said, give them some pushback. People were saying that, something, the training data might have been a little bit skewed and things of that nature. Okay. But look at this. Algorithms can reflect the biases of their creators, right? So the choices that AI algorithms will make will reflect the choices that the person encoding the algorithm is going to make. All right. And so anyway, family, we got to get our babies involved in STEM. Shout out to Brother Uncle Ket. I actually just played the video where he presented me with the Sinetta TV award. And so shout out to him. And I appreciate Brother Uncle Ket because ever since I've known this brother, he's always pushed STEM. He always pushed science and got attacked for doing that. And so, Brother Uncle, I just emailed you the link, Brother Uncle. So come on in. Come on in. I just emailed you the link, Brother Uncle. So click that link and come on in, Brother Uncle. And let me also, while he's coming on in, family, let me promote this really quickly. Make sure that you're in the building, family, on Mother's Day. Be in the building on Mother's Day. All right. There's going to be a Mother's Day brunch. It's going down. MOM, missing our moms, our grandmothers, and our aunts. I give thanks to the visionary, Sister Marjorie Nicole. So this sister is putting on a brunch, you know, for everybody, people who have lost mother figures. We're going to have a good old time. We're going to have all kinds of, we're going to praise them. We're going to honor and we're going to celebrate them. We're going to remember them. We're going to reflect on them. We're going to speak their names and we're going to have a great brunch. Okay. A great brunch with a DJ. So make sure, family, that you come on out. Make sure that you come on out. All right. Come on out. Come on out, family. Come on out and get your tickets. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is drop the link in the chat. Here's the link. I don't know why every time I get online with y'all, my phone ends up going off for some reason. Nobody want to call until I get online with you all. So anyway, family, I just dropped the link in the chat. Hold on. Get your tickets now, man. Get your tickets now. Get your tickets now. I just dropped the link in the chat again. All right. Make sure you get your tickets to the MOM. Missing Our Moms. Get your tickets. I just put the Eventbrite link to the tickets in the chat. Make sure you get your tickets ASAP, family. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm speaking. You got a DJ. DJ Lady. She's going to be there. You got K-Love, the poet. This is the sister who went viral. On the internet, spitting some poetry. And she did a phenomenal job. Okay. And so anyway, make sure that you're in the building, family. Make sure that you're in the building. Peace to Brother Uncle Ket. He's in the building. I'm getting ready to add him to the screen. Make sure you click the link, family. Click the link. Make sure you click on the link and grab your tickets. Brother Uncle Ket, peace and love to you.
You feel it? Look.
Yeah, but it's not going to be cold.
Right.
It's air conditioning.
Brother Uncle Ket, can you hear me, brother?
I gave you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
I hear you got all the children with you. I heard I got all the children with you. You're on daddy. You're on daddy duty.
On my nerves. What's going on?
Ain't nothing, Brother Unc. Let me pick your brain really quickly about AI. You know, a lot of things are happening, you know, and you have CEOs and business people talking about the impact of AI on the job industry and how we're moving into a STEM-based economy. How do you think that's going to impact Black people, Brother Unc?
Well, it's not going to impact the Black people we've been talking about over the last 15 years. They should be quite ready for this.
The ones we talk to. I'm talking about collectively. Mm-hmm.
Look, the conscious community, they should all be ready and say, you know what? Dr.maat.msu was right. They should just give it up at this point. But they're not, so they're going to suffer. They're going to suffer.
Yeah. But explain why you think they're going to suffer. Tell me why you think they're going to suffer.
You have exchanged religious thinking for scientific literacy, and that's going to always put you in the default. 100%. America is leading the way in science and technology. So if you're in a place that's leading the way in that means it's easily accessible to you. So there should be no excuse. But just because we're leading the way in science and technology, 50% of Americans are illiterate in science. And you know, when white people got a cold, Black people got a coronavirus.
Come on. I said it earlier on. Come on.
Those numbers are higher in our marginalized community. You can see the way the pandemic affected us at higher rates. It affected us because of what? Because of misinformation campaign coming from those who were supposedly tested and tried. But you and me know they were never tested and tried on scientific literacy. They was tested and tried on making it up, you know, making us the most spiritual, the most powerful spiritual force on earth. It's the melanin. They was tested in that and giving us that piece, right? But when it came down to science, they never invited me to the cookouts. They stopped inviting me to the cookouts. You got to cuss them out for them to invite you to the cookouts. They just don't send it out there. It's wild to me how they do it. But
come on, they never. No, but you ain't lying. We don't get invited to the cookout, brother. No.
They have a conference, a panel with the speakers, and they had the pseudo club up there. Elders and all. We got the pseudo elders. I'm not mad at them. They got it honest. I'm not tripping. Right. We can have fun with the elders. They still elders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what they're subscribing to is low level pseudoisms. And that's all I'm saying, right? I'm saying, like, come on, knock it off. This next generation, okay, is getting involved in AI and stuff like that. But the parents have to nurture that. But if you got a pseudo parent telling you don't get vaccinated and all that, them things can actually stay with you until you can kind of fight it off. So the promotion of scientific literacy is essential to the survivability of the African American community.
Say that again, brother Onk. Say that again.
Scientific literacy is essential for the survivability of an African American community. You have to know that jobs are going to be centered on technology these days. You have to be ahead of the game.
Come on.
We are ahead of the game by 15 years. We had the community ready for vaccines, right? A whole year in advance. We had it. We had them there, right? You put together slides that were.
Did he go out, family, or was it? Yeah, I hear you now, but you had went out. Brother Q, I emailed you the link. Brother Q, I emailed you the link. Now I can't hear you, brother Onk. You muted. There you go. Yeah, he's driving. Brother Q, are you coming in? Family, I'm getting ready to drop the link in the chat. Yeah, something going on. You know how when you're driving, like when you're driving, family, that signal goes out. So I get it, family. I just dropped the link in the chat. Come on in and tell me how you feel. I'm waiting for Q Butter to get up on here. Let me let him know. I sent the link. I sent you the link. You know, that brother's always promoting STEM. And shout out to the people in the building. Family, thumb up the video. Share the video, family. Let's share it. Let's get the word out. Let's get 100,000 people in the building. There he is. There's Q Butter. Peace and love to you, warrior. Q, come on, man. Unmute your mic.
I had mad screens playing just now. My bad, sis.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, don't do that. We talk about, I'm up there pumping you up. This is a STEM man, and you get on here talking about my stuff malfunctioning. But no, I know it wasn't Q. But peace and love to you, Q Butter. Peace and love.
Up, sis? How are you?
Ain't nothing. I'm doing okay. I talked you up because the night before last, I think it was Monday, I was online and I was just sending you a lot of love. I said, Q going through some things, Pop's transition. And I told the whole community, I was like, let's just send him some love, man. I said, we got to send Q some love. And, I was just showering you with accolades, Q. That's all. What you doing, what you doing for the babies in New York. I told them that you were tentatively going to push back the date for the science fair so that we can get it popping on the 10th in Brooklyn. And I was telling them that I just appreciate, all that you're doing. So brother Q, quick question. Do you think that we Black people are collectively is the key word, ready for the AI takeover?
No.
Tell me why. I want you to expound on that.
As you know, the AI is like, it's the automation of technology. We're not really into technology. So, they've been automating technology and now just making it where it can artificially think for itself. But it's not artificially thinking. It's being programmed to make certain predetermined actions. And
Come
so,
on.
you know, somebody sitting there writing car increased speed 30 miles per hour, car decreased speed 30 miles per hour. So it's not really thinking, and it's learning how to manipulate the codes based off of the, you know, the parameters. You know, I was going to ask a flat earther that. I'm like, so how would you code a car? Because when we code a car, we use the kinematic equations. Like, what equation? You know what I'm saying? So you have to know all of these different things. So if I say kinematic equations and you don't know what a kinematic equation is, you're never going to code a car. If you don't know, like we were talking about gearing. So we was having that conversation about gearing, and like, if you don't know gearing, you don't know motors, you know, there's a whole world that you're completely, you know, not privy to. So
Absolutely.
I think that's one of the biggest challenges we have in the community, is increasing our basic understanding of engineering principles, you know, not just scientific principles, but science, technology, and engineering and mathematical principles, like all of those across the board. And your uncle yesterday had me crying. Your uncle, I ain't gonna lie, you saw yesterday, I'm not all the way ready yet I'm trying to be, but I might curse somebody else. So that's what I told Dr. Maat, like, I'm not all emotionally, and I'm saying this as a professional, so I recognize that people be coming on the net, just be going ham and not thinking about the effects of it. So, but yeah, I definitely think we need to increase our intellectual capacity to be able to meet with the times. And we talked about that. We're in the fourth industrial revolution. You know, they're making smart products. They're making smart, like, everybody's worried about AI. Like, the amount of things that we have just completely carbon fiber technology, you know, smart materials, nanotech materials, microprocessing, like transistor. Just walk around and try to find. We talked about trying to find a black person that knows how to code and understands Arduino or Raspberry Pi.
Can't find it.
No,
Can't find it.
So
Can't find it. No, you can't find it. Let me speak. But go ahead, Brother Onk. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say most people don't know what got one African civilization beat. Egypt got beat because it lost its way in science and technology. You can read that in Destruction of Black Civilization, Great Issues in Race, from 2000 BCE. No, 10,000, I believe it's 10,000 BCE to 2000, right? And it talks about the Assyrians, and they had these iron swords, and the Egyptians did not. And for some reason, the elders was kind of holding back the technology and was using for ceremonial purposes, right? And they wasn't integrating it into their swords, and so they lost. And so the black community, we keep saying we at war. You're actually not at war with any particular person. You're actually at war with yourself and your mental capacity. And what slavery did was it set you back. So we're at constant war with trying to settle in a world that seemingly forgot about us.
Thank you.
Reality is this, Doc. Either get with the program or get ran over by the program. Right? We've been giving them foundation. So early on, it was slick to say we're the most spiritual. Now, that very thing that we thought gave us pride and gave us revolutionary ideas, that very thing is now officially holding us back. Because it don't matter in the space age whether you're the most spiritual or not. What matters is if you can compute these numbers, right? If you can stay still and learn about certain equations that would clearly tell you that the earth is not flat. How about evolution, right? You want to know your story, so you learn your story by way of biological human evolution. We'll tell the story of African people. But if you fight these concepts, you fight these ideas, then you become afraid of the idea. And when you're afraid of the idea, the very idea itself will destroy your community. And so we got the white science now. That's a statement of fear. White people didn't give the world science. As a matter of fact, the Arabs gave European science, which the Greeks gave the Arabs, which the Egyptians did. You can go to a basic Wikipedia article and it will say just that. I'm not making it up. It's not blackology. You feel me? So right. So now I'm thinking they scamming us now, Doc. They're scamming the community now because they're mad because Q Butter, you, me, you pseudo killers, I'm a raw squad. We promote this thing that people just wasn't really familiar with for real. It wasn't at the forefront. Maybe the community wasn't ready, but we the generation to make them ready. You feel me? So now I can officially say Everybody's just saying the white man science and vaccines is wrong. That you're scamming the conscious community. You're scamming black people to the tune of millions of views. What they call it, man, 12 keys. He's officially scamming the community. Absolutely, positively. Red pill, blue pill, they're scamming the community. The Nation of Islam is scamming the community. That don't mean that they ain't good folk. That means that they scamming us away from something that was really our legacy. Our legacy really wasn't based off of the types of religions we created. It was really based off of the scientific literacy, the medicine, you know what I'm saying? The engineering, the technology, math, the geometry is what we gave the world. It's really what our legacy was based off of. So all of those who think that us giving the world religion or thinking we gave the world religion, it don't take much to dream up some shit, excuse my language, are lying to us. The truth is, the true legacy lies in the early medical papyri, the early engineering marvels and feats, right? The vaccine, the inoculation that West Africa brought. This is where our real legacy is. And this is what I will always fight for, Doc.
Hold on. I got it. Hold on, brother. I should have had this ready.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Oh my goodness. Brother Ankh, you just killed it. And for those of you who take issue with what he said regarding the most spiritual and all of that, Dr. Amos Wilson in his book Falsification of African Consciousness, and I sent this quote to you, Brother Ankh, probably about a week ago. He said, so often we as Africans in America are encouraged to be emotional and spiritual. Often we confuse the two things to the exclusion of critical thinking. We are kept in this emotional, spiritual state, and it's bogus, and it's a bogus kind of state. It opens us up to manipulation by external forces such that we cannot bring to bear on our everyday problems common sense and reasoning. Brother Bowman, I peace and love to you, brother. Thank you for joining
How
the
you
stream.
doing?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself, brother?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Go to speak your
Our
mind, brother.
people aren't ready for AI. We don't have control of our own economic destiny, which is a huge reason why we will eventually suffer as a whole on this side of the earth in particular. Um, as far as Africans are concerned, I think they'll be in a better place than we are compared to the Africans in America. We just aren't prepared for any of this. We dropped the ball, I would say, a little over 60 years ago.
Dude, I would say
So
over
as a
100 years
result,
ago. Go ahead. I would say over 100 years ago, but go ahead.
you uh,
Let me tell you why I say 100 years ago, brother, because
okay.
Marcus Garvey gave a speech. And while you're talking, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to look for it. He
Okay.
called black people a scientifically weaker race. And he said that at this point, and I'm talking about this maybe early 1900s, this early 1900s, he said we need to be cultivating a generation of thinkers and scientists. He said it 100 years ago. You understand? And what did we
Right.
do? We wanted to be psychology majors, business majors, and you know, and no one, and I mentioned this, I don't know how long you've been listening, but I talked about how when it was my time to go to college, I had a mother who was looking at the economy and where it was headed, and brought home a magazine showing me that the top paying major was computer engineering at that particular time. We talking 1999. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we looking at almost 24 years ago, her having that foresight, because I said, no, I said, I'm going to be a history teacher. That's what I wanted to do. I want to major in history and be a history teacher. And she said, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, baby, that's not what we're going to do. And I'm so glad that she pushed me in the direction of STEM. See, that's not what we're
Right.
going to do. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So like you said, we dropped the ball. We dropped the ball. We had these college graduations, paying thousands of dollars, you know, sending our children to institutions, getting degrees, which in the next 5 years will be worthless. All you have to do is look at it. They'll be worthless. The fastest growing worthless degree right now is law. But go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I already talked about this. You go ahead and finish. Share your thoughts.
There's a slight sliver of hope, and I'm going to say that in this regard. I know that some of the brothers and sisters are familiar with Maxwell Chikumbutsu, right?
I'm listening.
He's the one who created a form of a chip that harnesses radio wave technology and actually It's almost like it's a spin cycle, creates a spin cycle of endless energy. So, for instance, you may have a television, right, that has a cord, and you no longer need the cord. You can just turn it on or off because it goes off of radio wave technology. So this brother, what that let me know is we have to prepare our minds to move away from the people who have held on to us forever. We have to leave them behind. We have to have innovative thinkers, creators that can put us in a better position to teach these future children, because some of our people around our age might be a lost cause. But if we teach these children specific technologies and ways to think in order to benefit the community uh, that we're creating, then I think we'll have a chance. But if we don't try to move beyond the Eurocentric thinking, it's going to be very difficult to get out of it, because the future is blockchain technology. So it's going to be, it's almost like, okay, blockchain is like, you ever seen those balls with rubber bands?
Yes.
Okay, like each strand, say for instance, each of those strands is like a file of information. They're going to have information locked away, encrypted by some passwords and all this other stuff that it'll be very difficult to get through before you even hit the core of that ball of information of what you need to get to. That's going to be the new form of slavery. So it's going to be very difficult weave through certain technologies and things that they put up in front of us if we don't get together and try to invest in our future, especially dealing with the stems. Because blockchain is here and it's on its way, and it will be a new form of slavery if we are not careful.
Thank you so much, brother, for that. Thank you so much, brother. Do you have any closing words? Any closing words before you jet out? I see brother Kamasi Fox is in the building, so I wanted to bring him on. But any closing words, brother?
I just want to say shout out to everybody on this live. Share the live and keep learning and keep being innovative and be prepared to leave some people behind.
Come on, say that
That's
one more
just how
time,
it goes.
brother. Say that one more time. You got to say
some people behind.
everybody's not going to make it. Everybody's not going to make it. And some of those people are going to be our loved ones. I know we want our loved ones to make it, but everybody not going to make it. And so I agree 1,000% with you, brother. And so thank you so much for coming on and dropping your thoughts, dropping that good old wisdom. I see brother Kamasi's in the building. Peace and love to you, brother. Back again, huh?
Yes, indeed. Peace, Queen. And my actual name is pronounced Kamisi, but it's okay.
A
lot of people
I always keep calling you Kamasi because that K-H-I. So how do you say it's Kamisi? It's Kamisi.
Yeah, it's all good.
Kamasi so bad. I'm sorry. Kamisi. So it's Kamisi.
It's all good.
Yeah, but thank you. No, but thank you for thank you for telling me about it. So it's Kamisi. I love it. But what are your thoughts, brother? And I'm looking down because I'm looking for that Marcus Garvey speech so that I could read it to the people. But go ahead and share your thoughts with the listening audience.
I just listened to everything that's been dropped so far. As always, you hitting on you've got your hand on the pulse of what we need to be talking about right now. And my 2 cents is that, yeah, it's related to your last broadcast where you're talking about the mind control. Yeah, one of the reasons we're not going to be ready and we don't believe fatback is greasy is because we are so distracted. I mean, we're so distracted. We're more worried. We're less concerned about what you're talking about right now. We're more concerned about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock and the Beyonce concert and this, that. We celebrity worship. So while we're off in that type of foolishness, the 15-minute cities, the social credit score, all of this is a new form of slavery waiting for us. And if we only knew, if we only knew what they got planned, it's not going to look like the old slavery. The chains and the whips won't be there. But, the AI, like you said, the robots, I think I'm going to make a prediction. There's going to come a time when we're going to look back almost with fondness about the days when police were actually people. We're gonna be like, man, I remember policemen used to be people. You could at least could talk to them or something. Yeah, in this day and time, the policemen are not going to be people, or if they are people, they're going to be so foreign to us. They're not going to be related to us in any kind of way. They'll probably be from other countries and whatnot. They'll be so disconnected from us. So we just got a new form of slavery waiting for us. But as much as you sounding the alarm and like Brother Ankh been pseudo killing for years, and Q Butter, what y'all are doing, y'all represent the Justice League. I mean, people talk about doing the work. Y'all are really doing the work. I mean, you with the MELTREK, I mean, that's awesome for the kids.
And conscious ingenuity. You know about the other program, right, brother? No.
What's that now?
Are you familiar with the other program?
I heard you mention one on the last show.
Oh, brother,
I think that was.
Let me share this with you, brother. Hold on, you gotta get hip. This is conscious ingenuity. We use an African-centered approach to teach science, technology, engineering, art, and I always say art and agriculture, right? I always say that double A, art and agriculture, and mathematics. So I'll drop this link in the chat. So this is conscious ingenuity. This is a program being deployed in several schools, okay, right here in Baltimore. It's being offered in African-centered institutions. Shout out to the Uhuru Academy. Shout out to the Kamoyo Shule Africana, that academy. Right here in Baltimore.
Awesome.
So look at this. And these are my students. You see these people right here, this young lady, that's one of my students. This brother right here in one of my labs, these are my students. Most of my instructors are young Black men who are getting their bachelor's degrees in engineering. So look at this. I mean, I'm not playing around. Hold on.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is, and then we're getting ready to deploy this in Kenya. Shout out to Traverse. So hold on. Let me share this with you, brother. Hold on.
Science, technology.
Hold on.
Conscious Ingenuity is a program that utilizes STEAM to build character, confidence, and capabilities. STEAM is an acronym that stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Some of the soft skills that our participants develop are communication, creativity, collaboration, problem solving, and critical thinking. Some of the hard skills that our participants acquire are electric circuits, cybersecurity, coding, storyboarding, and animation development.
The instructors at Conscious Ingenuity believe that all students have the capacity to learn. We use culturally responsive strategies in each lesson.
The curriculum is infused with lessons that allow students to express themselves through music.
We also use animated films to build character and confidence. Thank you for your interest in Conscious Ingenuity.
Yeah, this is not. Hold on, brother. Let me.
It's a program that.
And then if you scroll down and you look at the picture at the bottom, most of my instructors are young Black men who've been under my tutelage for 3 to 4 semesters. This right here, the brother in the middle, this is my lead instructor, Mr. Amon Anderson. So we're not playing around. We're not playing around. I'm trying to look for the video where my instructors speak. Here they go. Hold on. So meet our team. So you see me in a lab with my students.
Wow, you definitely not playing around.
Oh, no. Here we go. Look at this. Here we go.
Ingenuity. I'm an instructor for Conscious Ingenuity, that school program.
Hello, my name is Deja Young, and I'm an instructor for the Conscious Ingenuity program. I have been, for the past school year, I've been teaching students after school, teaching them STEM and character building.
My name is Amon Anderson. I'm an instructor for the Conscious Ingenuity
My lead instructor.
For the program, we teach kids character development, just giving them a glimpse of everything they would need as far as the tools they would need to be a better person in the future. And we also, in the hands-on portion, we teach them hands-on projects as far as like electrical circuits, LED circuits, simple circuits, complex circuits.
It's Aaron Beeman, and I'm an instructor for Conscious Ingenuity. We teach kids about tech, engineering, cybersecurity, and all types of things. And we also give them character exercises, and we read character books. And we also do hands-on projects with the engineering so they can get a feel of what exactly we're teaching them.
My name is Jenny.
I'm an instructor for Conscious Ingenuity.
Yeah, so yeah, brother, I'm not playing around. This is serious. And the other program that I have going on, that's why last night on the live, I don't know if you remember, brother, I said support. I said when people say I want to give you money, Dr. Maat, I said just support my programs. You get what I'm saying? Just support the
Yes,
programs. You know what I mean? And so I don't know if you're aware of this other program I co-founded with Baba Imhotep. Shout out to the PLM family, the Asafo training camp, where we're focusing on manhood development in young boys between the ages of 12 to 14. Hold on, I'm gonna
I
play this
saw
video.
that. Absolutely necessary. I mean,
We say stop.
yes, we definitely need that right there.
Warriors, we need warriors.
Look, you prepared. You gonna do some
Yes,
push-ups.
absolutely.
Some push-ups this entire week.
Absolutely.
Some running this entire week.
Yeah, I wanted to see, I always want to see things like that right there.
You learn some survival things this entire week.
Yes, we need warriors. We need militants.
Pouring
Absolutely.
into our future men, because iron sharpens iron. Ashe?
It's gonna be a packed week, 9 to 5.
Wow.
So you know,
yeah.
brother, you know where the vision is going, right? You know the next stop is me securing actually some commercial properties here in Baltimore to establish Conscious Ingenuity Institute. You get what I'm saying? And running all of the programs. So I want a brick and mortar. And once I establish my brick and mortar in Baltimore, my goal is to duplicate that model all over the US and in the Caribbean and on the continent. So that's my vision. You get what I'm saying? That's my long-term goal.
Absolutely.
Right there. So we're looking like within the next 2 to 3 years, and it may happen, brother, before that, but within the next 2 to 3 years, I'll be opening the door for Conscious Ingenuity Institute right here in Baltimore. I'm not no shot at anybody that might be supporting other folks who've been talking about opening up a school for 20 years, but it'll be an actual brick and mortar here in Baltimore that our babies will have. That is going to be an African-centered, STEM-focused institution. And so I'm not playing around though, brother, but go ahead and finish your thoughts. I know that you came on because you wanted to say some things, but go ahead, brother, and finish your thoughts.
Oh no, I mean, the work y'all are doing, I just want to second that. The work y'all, if we make it as a race, it's gonna be because of you and people like you and Q Butter and Brother Ankh and people that's, if we make it, those of us that will make it, it's gonna be because of you. Y'all are doing the work, the quote unquote, people use that term, the work, but
Right.
y'all are really, really doing it. I'm not even, people talk about, you got a whole lot of levels to this. You got people saying, I'm not no internet nigga. I'm out here on the streets. I'm on the pavement.
Right.
I did my work. I'm from the era when there was no internet. So I do know about being on the street. I'm a little bit more on the internet now because I feel like this is something we can use,
Yeah, it's a tool.
I'm being heard.
No, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't even say your name one more time. I want to call you Kamasi so bad.
Yeah, Kamisi. Yeah.
Kamisi. No, but I couldn't agree with you more. I remember 5 years ago when I first started, 6 years ago, teaching at Morgan, my students kept saying, Doc, can you use the internet more? Can you put up YouTube videos and use the internet, more and incorporate that into your curriculum? And I was like, no, I was so against it. I was like, nah, I'm not using that. But then I realized that's where our young people are. They're on IG, they're on Twitter, they're on TikTok, they're on YouTube. Yeah. So we have to meet them where they are. You get what I'm saying? And then yes. Because I was like you. I'm not posting pictures. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But that's where our people are. They're on the internet. And so, like you said, we need to be using technology to advance ourselves, not to be on here looking like clowns and fools, right? And promoting debauchery, right? We need to be utilizing it to advance our people. It's a tool, and it could be a very powerful tool if we used it right. You get what I'm saying? So I'm with you 100%, brother. I'm with you 100%. Do you have any closing words for the listening audience?
Hey, I'm just inspired. I noticed there's a lot of dope stuff that comes out of Baltimore. I mean, be honest with my favorite. I'm a rapper. I'm an artist, an MC. One of the most dopest rap groups of all time. I'm talking about unsung heroes. Wow. Precise Science. I don't know if them brothers still around or what they doing, but
never heard of them. But they came out of
What?
Baltimore. Now, I never heard of them. You put me on.
Whoa.
Look, if somebody put their old stuff on YouTube, I can go up there and YouTube them. But yeah, I never heard of them.
Oh my God. I'm sure Brother Ankh has heard of them. Rough Mike, Freedom Rider, maybe. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you got to look them up. And they're from Baltimore. Dope. Yeah, but I'm super inspired. The Dr. Shockley that you had on yesterday. Yo, I'm just overwhelmed, and my job is to support. Since I'm not doing nothing nearly as dope as that. That's me. I was beating it. That's me in my avatar. That's me beside Dr. Khalid. That's the work I was doing. I was out there,
I love it. I love it.
But my job now is to get up as much money as I can to support people like you, Q Butter, Dr. Shockley. Hey, this is where all my money needs to go, for real.
Appreciate
and I just think that this is a separation time. There's going to be a lot of us left behind. Like you said, a lot of us just ain't going to get it. We're just not going to be able to shift our brain. We're a part of the old world. And what you all are talking about is a part of a new world. And some of us ain't going to get it. We ain't going to make it. Some of us don't want to make it. Some of us just don't want to. I don't want that stuff. And it is what it is. And and once again, Dr. Maat, thank you for another good production. You got your hand on the pulse. I can't miss your episode. Like I'm in the middle of doing stuff and I see your notification come up. Hey, I gotta stop what I'm doing. Point blank. You on it.
You do be in the building. You do slide in and then you join the panel. And so, brother, I appreciate your words and just your support. And so it makes it easy to connect with people like you. You get what I'm saying? To connect with people who appreciate the work, people who pour into us and encourage us through words and support us with resources. It makes the work easier. And so, brother, I appreciate you. So like you say, I appreciate me. I appreciate you, brother. And so look, I'll be live tomorrow. I'm talking to this brother who want to challenge me on the Black family. I said that every Black child deserves to be born into a family unit and cultivated in a healthy environment. And so when he said family unit, he said, yeah, you sound religious, Dr. Maat. You sound like you a Christian.
What?
I said, this brother don't even understand what I'm saying. So I said, well,
what does that have to do with Christianity?
It's exactly. I said, no, brother. I said, I'm not a Christian woman. I said, I would call myself a centered woman, but I'm not a Christian woman, but I'm centered. I said, you should read the book by Baba Nwalimu Baruti entitled Centered. You should read that book, brother, and then circle back and come talk to me. So I'm not a Christian woman. I'm a centered woman. And I said, I'm an African-centered woman. And I told him that, an African-centered tradition and culture, that's one thing that we advocate for, right? That's one thing that we aim for is the institution of family is extremely valuable institution. And so, anyway, he said he has 5 children by 3 different women. So I told him to come on the platform tomorrow. So I think we're going to have a good time tomorrow. I think we're going to have a good time.
Wow. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So he's going to come on the platform and defend his, the 5 children and the 3 different baby mamas and all that. So I told him I'm looking forward to it. And the thing is, and I don't know if the brother's watching now. I don't even want to give it away. Because I could put a hole in it. And I don't want to put a hole in what he's going to say right now. I'll wait until he says it. Because I'm not even saying that I'm not against polygamy. I didn't say that. I just said a family unit. I didn't say which kind of family unit. I said a family unit. That's what I said. So anyway, he's going to come in and we're going to have that conversation.
Yeah, well, that's another reason why we ain't going to make it, because we are now accepting the unacceptable. I mean, who would argue against the family unit? But we are in that time right now because there is an organization called Black Lives Matter that has openly stated that we are here to disrupt the nuclear family. But hey, nobody seems to have a problem with that. It just recently in Baltimore at the State of the Black World Conference, I heard the Black Lives Matter panel poured a libation, and they called out only women, no men in the libation whatsoever. Now here's the organization that only has use for dead Black men. They for queers, transvestites, and everybody else. We got a place for everybody except the black man. The only use we got for a black man is when y'all get killed by police, we're going to pretend like we give a damn, and we're going to further our organization of Trayvon Martin, Freddie Gray, Ahmaud Arbery, who are all black men, by the way. But according to Black Lives Matter, those are cisgender. I mean, we're dealing with all types of madness. Black people seem to be in love with degeneracy right now. We love degeneracy more than we love knowledge. So yeah, we got some pain coming to us that we're earning. Real deal. You know? So yeah, I want to be there for that debate too. I want to hear what this guy got to say, because man, this is part of the problem. We always find some crazy angle on, we crazy. We nutty. I don't expect anything smart or wise to come from this dude. I just want to hear what type of nuttiness he's going to be dropping.
That's why I said we're going to have some fun. That's why I want you to tune in. We're going to laugh about it. You and I are going to be laughing about it. I'm going to drop the link in the chat and let people come in. We're just going to laugh about it. We're just going to have some fun with them. That's all. Because like you said, it's going to be nutty. It's going to be nutty. It's going to be nutty.
Exactly.
We just going to have some fun with him tomorrow. But thank you so much, brother, for sliding past. I'm going to pass the mic to brother Due Diligence. Peace and love.
Yes, indeed. Thanks. Peace and love, Queen.
Peace and love, warrior. Brother Due Diligence, peace and black power to you. You got to unmute your mic, warrior.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing, Dr. Maat?
Hey, I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I am well. I just caught the end of your show, so I don't know what all you went over. But if I go over a little bit of what you already went over, feel free to stop me. But I was wondering if you guys went over the implications of quantum computing mixed with AI. Did you speak to that?
No, break it down, brother. No.
So right now, AI is basically like a software, right? And what it can do right now is pretty much scour the web, and then you ask it a question, and it just puts together different things from different places, right? It'll pick up from different papers, whatever's online, it can get it and put it together and give it back to you, and it seems like it's having a conversation with you. Well, the catch is it doesn't know if it's giving you wrong information. It doesn't have it doesn't have checks and balances. So
AI is more than that. But go ahead, I'm listening to you.
Oh yeah, it's definitely more than that, but basically, right? And also the thing about it is sometimes they'll put it in a closed system to where people upload information to it, and it can only grab from what's only been uploaded, right? So that way they can keep it contained. Well, the thing is, right now they are about to merge it with quantum computing. And with quantum computing, the possibilities is pretty much endless. We're talking about a digital God per se. You know what I mean? And with this, what AI will be able to do is generate its own answers and not just pick up stuff off the web and regurgitate it. Then this thing will be actually thinking, and it can also predict the future and things like that. So it's going to become really, really, really crazy, really, really fast, man. And we got to be prepared. And not to mention, we got to deal with CRISPR. When people start altering their own intelligence through genetics, things are going to get real crazy. You know what I mean? So we're going to be super smart biologically through CRISPR, modifying your genetics. And then we're going to have these super intelligent computers that's like pretty much God. You know what I mean? So that right there is going to be mind blowing, and it's coming real, real fast. We can't stop it. So I just wanted to add that little tidbit. And also, Dr. Mike, I wanted to compliment you on the show that you did maybe yesterday or the day before. It was about Eddie Bernays and propaganda, and I stay on that. You feel me? I stay on that. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm familiar with his work, and I'm also familiar with Chomsky's work, Manufacturing Consent. But what people don't realize is how the relationship between Bernays and Freud, the father of psychology. Are you familiar?
Yeah. He talked about it. Yeah, I talked about it the other week. The other day I talked about it. That was his nephew.
Absolutely.
Psychology. And he said, wait a minute. So now with the study of the mind and how people think, we can now manipulate you now that we know how to do it. We've studied psychology. So absolutely.
Absolutely.
I call him Freud. I keep saying Freud because it's Freud.
Right.
I always say Sigmund Freud, but yeah, that was his nephew. Mhm.
Absolutely. So I just wanted to give it to the people. This is one of my top 3 documentaries. I want to say number 1, and it's free on YouTube. If you look it up, it's called Century of the Self. Century of the Self, and it explores the relationship between Bernays and Freud, and how Freud got over here to America through Bernays, and Bernays implemented his papers through propaganda. And they got all the video footage. They got Freud, they got Bernays, they got all the things that they instituted. And you
Say
get
it one more time, brother. Say the
it,
title.
it's called Century of the Self. Dr.Maat, this document
Century of the
Self.
Yep, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
It's 4 hours long, and I promise you, if you watch 30 minutes of it, you won't be able to cut it off. It is amazing, and it's mind-blowing, and it puts it right there in your face so you can visualize it. It actually shows Bernays going through the steps, saying where people is coming to him and say, I want to do this. Bernays hatching a plan, and they implement it and put it out to the public, and you get to see it in real time. It's beautiful.
Wow.
So I just want to drop that on you, Dr. Mayat, and I just want to thank you for all the good information, all the goodness you bring to the world, period. You're doing a great job. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Too, brother. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate your words and your wisdom. You came through here, due diligence, with like a fire, like a tornado. You showed the propaganda book, and I need to get that book. I didn't read that particular book. I know that Edward Bernays had authored that book. Let me ask you a question before you go. How is the read? Because you know, sometimes when they write those books century ago, you know, sometimes the writing and the English is is it an easy read, or would you say it's a hard read?
It's not a hard read, but like you said, it's kind of, you know, like you said, the language and the translation of it don't really keep you immersed in it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I figured that because it was written so, you know, in a different time period. You get what I'm saying? But brother, I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate your words and your support and your knowledge, brother. All right. Peace and Black power. All right, 100 Black, 100
What's
Black
happening?
Rack. What's going
What's
on,
happening?
Warrior? How are you?
Okay, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, Warrior.
Good. No, I'm not going to be long. You know, like the preacher say, I'm not going to be too long. But then check this out. I just want to say, you know, may the universe bless you, Q Butter, Michi X, and a few other people out there actually doing the work, okay? And I just want to say this too. At my age, if I can find technology interesting, like I just begin to do a lot on Fruity Loops and what have you. And I also have been peering into Python. Oh. And there's another option too. See, to initiate your interest, not yours specifically, because you all in there. Anybody that's listening and chatting, what have you, little kids, you can start right there on your phone. So they're giving a lot of tools for you to work with now, because in the future, you're not going to have these tools. But right now on your phone, you can go into your app store and you can find apps that will teach you, show you how to build applications. And see, the applications involve code. You don't need to learn code. Now, understand this. Once you get there, initially there, then you start learning code, because there's always something that initiates the interest, okay? I got my GED in 2014. A couple of things to start doing. And what I'm trying to say is this. If I can do this now, and young people start to begin now doing what they're doing, look how far they will be by the time they get my age. That's what I'm saying. So they need to get there now, because like we're saying, it's moving ahead. And see, each era is actually dedicated to either teaching or distracting young people. They need to take it on just like that. See, it's good out there, but there's also some distractions. That's the game they play. They're never going to give you anything straight and say, hey, we're going to teach you. And we're always the bottom, okay? We don't have to be the bottom.
No, we don't.
We have to take they have apps that might cost you maybe a few a month, whatever the case may be, but they can begin now to build their interest and learn now Python and what have you in coding, because this is where we're at now. I mean, this is flip the page. Okay, so this is where we're at. And like I said, just by dealing with Fruity Loops, it brings other thoughts to mind on how they're doing things. I mean, they actually have something that's beyond the music programs now. That is a music program. I forgot who that was. I don't know, with 2 Chainz or whoever. They brought him in there, and he did a little short on this brand new mechanism. It's about like this big. There's a lot you don't have to do much. It will figure out your money, just like the guy was talking about AI is taking over. So what I'm saying is, you know, it's kind of bad because number one, Fruity Loops and music making apps to me is like top of the line because you can still use your dexterity, you can still use your mind, and you can input your music, whatever the case may be. But when it gets to the point you don't have to do very much, but maybe say something, you know, and you kind of losing. But the youngsters have to get there. They have to get there so that they know, so they can manipulate, so they can build the codes that go against codes that are against us. They can build, okay, they can build the codes. See what I'm saying? They can throw these codes off. You see what I'm saying? Or they can block these, something for us. Just put it this way. Our community codes for us that has nothing to do with their codes. Okay. So we have to learn this because it's all, like I said, it's going to be virtual, you know, but another thing I also want to say too, while we're trying to get there, youngsters, pull your mother and father's coattails, let them know, hey, look, we need to start collecting foods and collecting sustainables in order to move forward. See what I'm saying? So we're going to need these things, foods, the things that's going to keep you, because that's going to keep you together. Because what I'm saying is, in the process of moving forward to this technology, there might be a small space and time, you see, because they're constantly trying to get things together. And that space and time can have a lot to do with people who are prepared with sustainables and foods and things like that, and those who are not, you see. And then they're going to move on, just like they talk about the money system. Okay, there might be a process where everything stops for a week, 2 weeks, a month, maybe a year, to where they're trying to get this together, but everything that we've known is passé. So we have to have something in between to keep us going, to move forward too. You see, this is for us. That's all I want to say, sis.
Oh, I gotta drop a bomb for you. You killed that. You talking about that's all I wanted to say. Oh, shoot, gotta.
Well, hey, thank you. And if they ever drop a real one, I hope it come down just that slow. You see what I'm saying? So I can run. But hey, I appreciate you, sis. Like I said, I appreciate your beautiful brown skin, and that note I left, letting you know my relationship experiences. I mean, a few of us have had those experiences. She's 42 now. Remember I was telling about my daughter?
Yes.
She's 42 now. She knows who she is. She knows what she is. She loves her dad. Even though she's hard-headed as hell, she loves her dad, okay? But I only have her and a granddaughter. So now, two, like we said, we have to leave some people behind. I'm not leaving her behind, but I'm going to have to transition now so that she thinks. So she can either come my way so we can get some things together, or either she's going to have to make a decision on her own, just like you can use like Lot when he left Gomorrah.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
See, there's plenty behind a lot of these biblical stories. But if you get it wrong, you get it wrong. But they're usually examples of how people should do. So I'm going to have to make a move based on her for her betterment and my granddaughter's better, because I want to see them moving ahead.
We all want to do that. We all want to. And let me say this, and I'll let you go. We all want our loved ones to win. You know, no one really wants to leave their loved ones behind. But do you remember the book, since you got biblical? Do you remember when Joshua, I think this is in the book of Joshua, when he said, choose this day whom ye will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. But he said, choose.
That's deep.
You have to choose.
I would say that's deep for some that don't get it.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. You can't play both sides of the fence. You know, we're going to be drawing a line in the sand, and people are going to have to make some choices. So, like you said, with our loved ones, you don't want to leave them, but you give them a choice. Look, this is where the world is heading. This is the direction we should go. Do you want to go? And if you say no, what can I do? I can't beat you in the head with a billy club and drag you with me. And so anyway, brother, I'm gonna let you go because I'm getting ready to close out. But thank you so much.
Because I saw it some time ago. That we can't take everybody with us.
Peace and love. All right, family. He came in and he killed that, man. Before we get out of here, I want to drop this last bit of information on you. This is the Honorable Marcus Garvey's speech. Hold on. I'm dropping the link in the chat. I'm going to drop a link in the chat. That's right. You can't serve two masters, Caleb. So here's the link to it in the chat. Marcus Garvey. This was a speech that he gave and I can give you the time and the date and where and all that when I scroll up. But I want to highlight in here that he talked about science. It says the world is indebted to us for the benefits of civilization. They stole our arts and science from Africa. Wait a minute. Did Brother Ankh say that earlier when he talked about how the Egyptians gave it to the Greeks and the Greeks gave it to the Arabs and the Arabs gave it to the Europeans? They got it from Africa. Hold on, y'all. What else does the Honorable Marcus Garvey say? I want to read it. Hold on. He talking about God. He said, yep. I want to start right here. Mind creates, and as much as we desire in nature, we can have through the creation of our own minds. And today, being scientifically the weaker race, you shall treat others only as they treat you, but in your homes and everywhere possible, you must teach the higher development of science to your children and make sure that we have a race of scientists par excellence. He says, for in the religion and science lies, he was a religious guy. He says the only hope to withstand the evil designs of modern materialism. So he's talking about that. But he's saying here, I want to read this. He said we need a race of scientists par excellence. So you have a bunch of Garveyites running around here. I'm a Garveyite. Where's your support of science? Where your generation of scientists that you're cultivating? And let me see, family, where he gave this. So it says, Marcus Garvey, look for me in the whirlwind, freedom speech around 1924. Didn't Dr. Maat tell you 100 years ago? Didn't I tell you 100 years ago, Marcus Garvey promoted science and said that we need to cultivate a generation. He called us a scientifically weaker race, which is true. This man has transitioned almost 100 years ago, and what he said 100 years ago still happens today. And you all want to sit here and talk to me about Black progress? Absolutely, Caleb. I said that earlier. I talked about Marcus Garvey, Dr. Amos Wilson. There was a whole bunch of people who promoted science to the community, and we just did not listen. Lastly, family, I want to show you this really quickly before we get out of here. You all are running around here upset. Okay, you all are running around here upset and talking about the racial wealth gap, right? But the racial wealth gap, yeah, we could say, well, whites are ahead of us because we were cultivating cash crops that enriched the European nations, and Black people were locked out of home ownership and jailed and sharecropping and all these systems. Yes. All of that contributed to the racial wealth gap. But you know what's contributing to the racial wealth gap right now? The fact that African Americans are sending their children to college and they're majoring in low-paying jobs. So you wonder why white people's income is more than our income. Well, because you're sending your child to major in business. You're sending your child to major in psychology. You're sending your child to major in law. You're sending your child to major in health. You're sending your child to major in liberal arts. You're sending your child to major in political science. You're sending your child into these low-paying majors, which are contributing to the widening of the racial wealth gap. And what I'm going to do is drop this in the chat so you all can take a look at this PDF. Look at this: concentrations of African-American bachelor's degree holders amongst major groupings. Look at this: law and public policy, psychology and social work, health, business, and social sciences. So you wonder why, family. You wonder why, while we're not getting ahead like we supposed to, and then you want to come lecture me about Black progress. So family, I just dropped the link in the chat. So you can check this out. So hopefully when you walk away from this live stream, family, you say, well, daggone, when I get on with Dr. Maat, man, she's not just talking me to death. She's showing me things. She's reading articles to me. She's educating me on what's happening, right? And I want you to share those articles with your family. And right now, family, take a moment out to thumb up this video. Family. Thumb it up. You came in here, got all this good information, and the only thing that I asked for you to do is thumb up the video. Also, family, share this video. Sharing is caring. Let's get this information out to the people. Again, let's get this information out to the people. All right. So sharing is caring. Let's get this information out to the people. Also, family, if you're watching on another platform and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so that whenever I go live, you will be notified. Also, family, I heard that YouTube is unsubscribing people to my channel. So if you previously subscribed to my channel, make sure that you go back and ensure that you are still subscribed to my channel, and make sure that make sure you're still subscribed. If they unsubscribed, you resubscribe. Ashe? All right, peace and love to your family. I will be back live tomorrow around 5 p.m. Eastern, between 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you don't catch me tomorrow, make sure you watch the discussion in the archives. And if you don't watch the discussions in the archives, join me on Sunday live for the Read Book Club. We are discussing the last chapter of They Were Her Property by Dr. Stephanie E. Jones Rogers. All right, the last chapter of this book, White Women as Slave Masters in the American South. So make sure, family, if you don't catch me live tomorrow, I won't be live again until Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you don't catch me live, have a blacktastic week. Have a blacktastic weekend. Uhuru Sasa. Freedom now. Abibi Fahodie. Peace and Black Power.
They try to treat us real dummy-like. Fake news got the whole country like. How we letting politicians lie to us? While we letting corporations program us? How we eating food that can cause cancer? I'ma keep asking till I get some answers. I'm prepared for war, y'all can keep dancing. But if you feel the same, this should be your anthem. 40 acres in a mule, yeah, we need that. Reparations for the people, yeah, we need that. Financial education, yeah, we need that. Resources for the babies, yeah, we need that. They gotta pay us what they owe us. And I could give a fuck about the POTUS. You want my vote, then I gotta know your motive. And I'll be damned if you play with my emotions. Hustle hard, money stack. Uncle Sam want his tax, but I think he smoked crack, cause he never paid me back. But he built this off my back. I'm the reason he intact. 40 acres in a mule. Tell me what happened to that.
I understand that reparations are an absolute necessity. We're gonna get buried alive. We do not have enough to be able to compete in this society.
Black, labor, white, wealth, integration never helped. Jim Crow kept us held. Black people set up the fail. $100,000 checks, yeah, we need that. Black business only grants, yeah, we need that. Therapy from all this trauma, yeah, we need that. Justice system reform, yeah, we need that. They said we revolutionary, yeah, I be that. Fred Hampton told me that, I'll repeat that. The whole world waking up to the secrets. We the lost children of Egypt. 40 acres in a mule, yeah, we need that. Reparations for the people, yeah, we need that. Financial education, yeah, we need that. Resources for the babies, yeah, we need that. They gotta pay us what they owe us. And I could give a fuck about the POTUS. You want my vote, then I gotta know your motive. And I'll be damned if you play with my emotions. Yo, like how they gonna say it ain't racism when the actions all point towards racism. They use science to reinforce racism. Johann Blumenbach taught the world racism. The presidents believe, governors agree. For them to build wealth, we had to work for free. How you see another man as your property? A sin like that can't be easily forgotten. We tended your crops while in bondage. Our stock was the key to your wealth. Y'all gon' pay us for that. Red line on map, y'all gon' pay us for that. Burn down our cities, y'all gon' pay us for that. Medical apartheid, school to prison pipeline. Arrest our fathers and sharecrop my grandma. The list goes on, these are war crimes. So yo, cut that check, it be about time. 40 acres in a mule, yeah, we need that. Reparations for the people, yeah, we need that. Financial education, yeah, we need that. Resources for the babies, yeah, we need that. They gotta pay us what they owe us. And I could give a fuck about the POTUS. You want my vote, then I gotta know your motive. And I'll be damned if you play with my emotions. And for all the people acting like we begging or we just looking for a handout, I want y'all to remember this. 400 years of the most terroristic, horrific, sadistic treatment of a people on planet Earth. Human trafficking, rape, mutilization, hangings, whippings, maimings, and most importantly, forced labor that led to the growth and expansion of this country and corporation we call the United States of America. Never has there been justice and repair for these crimes against humanity and generational traumas. The Jewish, the Japanese, LGBTQ, Ukrainians, Afghanis, Dakas, Asians, and many other groups of people have received money and resources from the federal government for crimes against them. We need our justice too. Who else deserves it more? Who else needs it more? We found money during the pandemic, and we always seem to bail out the big corporations. It's time for y'all to pay us what you owe us. Cut the check. Cut the check.
The 5 pillars of reparations according to international law. 1, compensation. Repeat after me. Compensation. 2, restitution. 3, rehabilitation. 4, satisfaction. And 5, guarantee of non-repetition. Clap it up for yourselves.